It was up, Rashad Antonio. We are back. The Upon Further Review. Dune Prophecy on HBO, episode one. I don't know the name of the title on top of my head.
The Hidden Hand.
All spoilers. We definitely got to talk about a thing today. Um,
Excuse me.
I usually ask you first, but I'm be selfish.
Go.
I went into this again. We haven't read on Dune book for real. I know I haven't. Tony hasn't either. So we're gonna be taking this entire perspective of watching this as a normal fan would. We're just reviewing it. This isn't an analysis of the source material. This is an analysis and a review of what's been given to us. So as we go through this, I need you to have that in mind. I hate to have that as like a preface, but like people be stupid. And also people be like, okay, I need y'all to stop falling for the engagement bait. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
y'all are getting baited into engagement and it's
Yeah.
not funny. Like I wish I would stop doing that because I
We
just
ain't we ain't here to give hot takes, yo.
nah. If the take is hot, it's because it makes total sense.
Right.
And y'all just ain't see it yet. But yeah, because we be knowing. But seriously though, this show, man, so far, episode one as a pilot. I said this earlier. I was like, this isn't the most like spectacular pilot I've seen, but it's definitely set the stage for what we're doing. Gave us a whole lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue, and what I mean, ain't nobody safe in this. Tony on threads, I was like, yo, we gotta talk spoilers in the comments. And I posted the clip of the little kid dying. I was like, I said, yo, they killed the kid first episode. I said, ain't nobody
Yo.
safe. Kid was 9 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
man, ain't nobody, and that's what I love. I love a series that says, hey, FTK.
Yeah. You know.
I'm just saying, man. Like when we say FTK from the first episode, you already know people is going to be dying.
Diabolical. That's all I
Yes.
got to say. This is diabolical work here with this. What's the term the young folk use, Rashad? This is nasty work.
Nasty work.
Nasty work here. Um, yeah, so I just finished seeing this probably about 2 hours ago or whatever. Had some stuff to do afterwards. And I went into this, like you said, Rashad, not not reading the books. I know a small amount of Dune lore from the shows and stuff, but this right here, I had no idea what this is about. All I knew was this is 10,000 years before
10K.
before we get to my man Paul Atreides. You know what I'm saying? AKA Mardib. You know what I'm saying?
AKA Space Jesus.
Space Jesus. And I do like how they did kind of put a little juxtaposition of where we are and at what point we're at. So the intro gave me Terminator vibes. So
It does.
it
That's
gave
a
me
yeah.
Terminator vibes. So it basically says that there was a war between humans and thinking machines, basically AI. Boy, we sure are falling.
The
We sure.
first 5 minutes was too prescient for me. I said, "Oh my god, yo, this is
Oh boy.
it hit way too close to home."
I know movies are meant for movies, but damn it, are we not learning a lesson here or anything? Are we not? But hey, that's just me.
They wrote this in
So
this was written like the 50s. Come on now.
yeah, so it's a war between humans and thinking machines. And the humans finally won. And it was due to the House Corino and that warrior house Atreides or whatever. So that's what we've come to find out. The young lady that is narrating this name is Vala, and she's a Harkonnen. Once again, we find out Harkonnens are trash, as always.
From the jump.
From the jump. These mofos completely, for my Game of Thrones people, they pulled the house Frey and basically was like, yeah, we ain't showing up for this war. And by this point, I believe in the future time that we've already got colonies on different planets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, the Imperium basically told Harkonnens, hey, get the hell out of here. They got them off Earth or whatever, and they sent them to a desolated planet that really basically sucks. They sent them to like one of the sucky planets or whatnot. And she's giving a monologue, and of course, she's like, yeah, my great grandfather desertion from the Atreides led war against the machines. The Harkonnens were exiled as cowards to a cold planet. And she was like, if you let the Atreides, no, nigga, if that's what y'all did, that's what y'all did. Like, own up to it, saying, whatever. So at this point, there was a war hero known as Mother Superior Raquella Berto Arnitra, but we're gonna call her Mother Superior Raquella. Shout out to a Black woman. She basically was a true sayer and had useful powers to help, roll the tide of the war as well. And that's how she became a war hero. Well, she became obsessed with genetics and breeding better leaders. She basically looked at the leaders of these great houses and were like, all these guys are trash. All they care about are themselves. I think that we can create perfect leaders, better leaders, and basically doing that by manipulating genes and putting these families together. So she developed a genetic program, and she also, as we find out too, is the founding mother of the Bene Gesserit. She find these other girls and stuff that have these powers. Go ahead, Rashawn.
Yeah, and then basically, like, they're not even called the Bene Gesserit yet.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're like just called truth sayers. And it's just like very regimented. It's funny how you have essentially a cult, but then you have like a cult within a cult. Because the Mother Superior is like, look, we got a couple of people who really down with what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And then you have the granddaughter, Dorothea, or Dorothy. She's like, look, hey, grandma tripping. She old. Yeah. She having these crazy visions. I don't know what's going on with her. We not really upholding to the values and statutes of our religion. Yeah, go ahead.
Grandma into their eugenics.
You're right. I mean, that's what we said when we was figuring out watching Dune, the first Dune. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
No, I mean, and that's kind of what it's been. I found it very interesting to see how they set up everything.
Yeah.
And the cool thing was, like, every house got a truth sayer. So you see over time how every house is gonna have a Reverend Mother instead, and every so that whole thing kind of gets morphed into when they actually become the Bene Gesserit. Bene, of course, we know meaning like meaning like blessing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Gesserit means and whatever language that is, but yeah. So we have Dorothea and Valia, and they obviously have this rift. So grandma's dying, right? Grandma's dying. On grandma's deathbed, she's like, look, where's Valia at? And Dorothy's like, grandma, I'm right here. She said, man, shut up and get me Valia.
Because Valia is about that life.
She's a Harkonnen. So like, again, Harkonnens inside, like deep inside of their DNA, you know what I'm saying? They are always about, they're about the cause of them. So she sees this and you gotta be paying attention. Like, in the undercurrent of her is getting her house back into prominence, which we see in the daggone and in the movies coming. The Harkonnens are on both sides because with Paul, he's really a Harkonnen. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yep,
you should have watched Dune 2 already. So we see Valia get to the Queen Mother, and they're talking, and she has this crazy vision, people burning. It's like random crap going on. It's
Sandworms eating
sandworms,
temples.
yeah,
Yeah.
eating entire places. It's mayhem. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So she ends up passing, and they do the ceremony for her. And Valia and Dorothy are talking. And she's like, "Hey,
Uh-huh.
man, your grandma was like, look, we got to keep this eugenics things going." And she was like, "No, we're not.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to I'm going to the Joker burn it all down."
Uh-huh.
And she grabs a little, like, I love like the tech they have. It's like a very weird looking key. It looks like a mixture of like brick and like plastic, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
I like the design of a lot of the stuff in this. So she tries to go to the door, and Dahlia uses the voice on her.
And
Tells her,
that's something that she developed. So
yes,
she created this power because Doria is about to be like, yeah, I'm about to go destroy this. And then Valia does the stop.
stop, turn
And,
around.
and Doria turns and she was like, this is a power I was going to share with you, something I learned. And then she was like, but you're not here for the ride. Take out your blade, stab yourself in the neck. And she just, and then, and you see the other sisters come around and be like, I beg your pardon.
What happened here? And the cool thing is that
Uh,
they really don't know what happened,
yeah.
but they kind of have an idea what happened.
Yep. And
It's like the most known unknown.
there are known knowns and then there's unknown knowns. And
like they
that is the
know
most known known.
they know Bio was crazy, yo. She probably did something, because then
Yeah.
like it was a lot of the people who was down for the cause anyway ran up there first. So
Right.
30 years later,
Uh-huh.
we
Valia's
see
new mother superior.
we see a thriving truth sayer order,
Uh-huh.
and they are in the process of trying to figure out who's going to be the next truth sayers. They're developing younger girls to getting girls in. They have truth
Uh-huh.
sayers like all in, within the Imperium.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, like, this is probably one of the more interesting parts of the story. Is just
Yeah.
explaining how they like how it is that Valia thinks she's so close to getting the eugenics right to have the perfect leader.
Uh-huh.
And the sad thing is, we know they have been chasing this ghost for over 10,000 years.
10,000 years. And then when they got it, they was like, nah, nigga, this ain't the one we wanted.
And what happened? They had
Yeah.
a person go rogue.
Rogue.
I'm just saying,
Complete.
man. Like, the parallels are there, guys.
Uh-huh.
You ain't got to scrape the surface. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they find this princess
Uh-huh.
in his house. I don't,
Princess Yenza. So basically, her half brother, Constantine Carino, and Carino is the ruling house, the imperial house, and that's
right.
the same house that was in Dune 2, that was still emperors 10,000 years later. The one with Christopher Walken character was the emperor.
Yeah, it
So
was.
he comes and he's basically goes to the Bene Gesserit because his sister is supposed to be going there to learn the ways of the truth sayers. I keep saying Bene Gesserit, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. And he like goes to them and says, well, she's the princess. She's next in line because her brother is an illegitimate child. So he can't get, to the throne. And
And they
he's
make it
like,
very clear, because this dude looks like Middle Eastern or something, or like Indian.
yeah, yeah. But you see all them true sayer chicks are feeling him though when he
Oh yeah,
walks
yeah, yeah,
through
yeah, yeah. He's like,
and everything.
yeah. I'm trying to get him to
Yeah,
speak my truth out here.
right. So he's trying to make all these concessions, and they're like, no, she's not. And he was like, nah, I knew. I was just trying to
Had to
see.
try. Had to
He
try.
had to try. So then we cut to him seeing his sister training to fight with a young man known as Kyrian Atreides.
Atreides.
So we got an Atreides there. He's a swordsman. I'm training her in swordsmanship, and to basically learn how to fight and everything.
Hey, these Atreides be having these like they be having the most plain names. Your man name is Chris Mason. Reminds me of Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah, Duncan, Idaho. That was a horrible name. Horrible, like Duncan, Idaho. All right, I guess. No. So from this point forward, you see Valia and the sister Tolia, her sister Tula, are basically just talking and they're scheming and trying to, saying, hey, we're going to their thing is we trying to put one of the truth sayers on the throne. Yeah. And their way of doing that is with the princess and everything. While all of that is going on, there's this Duke Richies, whatever, however you pronounce his damn name. He is offering a fleet to the Emperor Javaco, who is Yanza's father, to subdue the Fremen on Arrakis. So Arrakis is a thing because that's the only way they're able to travel through spice. And the Fremen are, like always, causing hell on Arrakis because they tired
of putting up a damn ruckus.
Saying they listening to the Wu-Tang Clan. Bring the mother ruckus. Woo, woo, saying Fremen ain't nothing to, what I'm saying? So they causing problems where spice, with the spice collectors are getting attacked and ambushed. So this guy Duke Riches is like, hey, I'll give you my fleet, my guy, but I need your daughter to marry my son, who just happens to be 9 years old.
9
years old. So in the process, this was kind of part of Valia's thing. She was like, yes, somebody from this house needs to marry this person. They're going to have kids and stuff. Mind you, Yenza is like about 18, maybe 20 years. Let's say she's about 18 years old at the least. And they haven't heard that she got to marry this 9-year-old. So Valia is like, yes, plan is in action. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. The sister is like, girl,
are you sure about this?
And she like, yeah, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, because
we're going to get...
Your reason being because they're gonna get Valia to come to, Truthsayer, because she's like, look, because the whole thing is like the brother came there like to make sure the accommodations, quote unquote, was straight for her, but she ain't getting that. But she's gonna go become a Truthsayer because she actually believes in the Truthsayer cause, and she's gonna be training for maybe I think it's 10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And the kid is 9, so that's give them enough time for them to have Valia learn the ways of the Truthsayers, and also give this boy enough time to actually go through puberty.
Yeah,
which is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So while that's going on, House Carino has a Reverend Mother, Kasha, and she's kind of leery as well of this marriage. And she has a nightmare about Yenza's future. Like, I'm having nightmares about this. I'm not sure about this. So in the process of this, like I said, Valia and Tuya are saying, we're going to mentor her personally as the heads of this thing. We're going to put acolyte, saying they're going to put certain acolytes through the paces of combat training, truth saying practice. And they're going to seek, like I said, to put her on the throne quick, fast, in a hurry. So Yenza is then, Yenza's mom is not for this at all. She does not want her daughter to marry this little boy. She makes it known to the emperor, hey, I don't want her And he goes on to the whole, hey, he got the fleet. We need his fleet, blah, 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 blah. It's a good idea type stuff like that. So she goes along with it, but she goes along with it kicking and screaming for the most part. In the process of that, there is also this guy named Desmond. He's kind of a weirdo.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? Desmond is like your boys here from the Upon Further Review podcast. Desmond be knowing. Desmond is not here for the Bene Gesserit at all. He understands it's been 145 years since the great, war against robots and machines or whatever. But he's been like on Arrakis, and he's been around the Imperium, and he's just like, yo, you got people that, wish that some of the robot, some of the robots and AI stuff is bad, because what they've done at this point is treat humans have trained themselves to be their own computers. That's why when you had in Dune, the movie, that one light-skinned dude who was a Mentec who could calculate numbers and stuff, roll his eyes in the head, and he could calculate numbers and all that stuff like that. So he's not feeling the Bene Gesserit at all as well. So let's get to the I guess the engagement ceremony, Rashad.
Yeah, this is interesting because
that little kid is, first of all, that little kid's a dick.
I mean, that's why he died. So
yeah,
he comes in there, and the thing is, one of the best child actors we've seen in a grown-up series in a minute, because he played his role really well. I give that to him, because I hate a kid, and I hate kid actors. I don't hate kids. I just hate kid actors sometimes, because they be hamming it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to be. I need you to play the part, sir or ma'am. So, ceremony is beautiful, and he comes in. Him and his pops come in. His pops is like Space Jack Black. So Space Jack Black comes in there, and what's the name of that house?
Riches.
Yeah.
Put like this, he is psyched because he like,
yo, this man is excited about this happening, And then we see the Carinos, they come in and they sit down and what yada yada. Then she comes in, has this like very interesting headdress, and a mother put the stuff on her before and said it was like tradition handed down, of course, stuff. And when they actually come together to meet, and she's like trying to like, make niceties, and he's like, hey, my father said we didn't have to talk, so let's just kind of get through this. And I was like, ooh. I thought about it. I was like, oh, I get it. He really is just, his dad doesn't want him to say anything stupid. Just get through this, because tomorrow you're not going to see her again, and it's like 10 years. Dad is like, yo, we need to get through the day. Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be like a 4-hour thing.
Don't embarrass me.
Yes. Don't embarrass the family name. You know what I'm saying? So they go through the ceremony, they're wed, and they have this like, it's like the
pomegranate. What?
Yeah. They feed each other. It was very awkward and slow. Because he was not, his fine motor skills haven't kicked in, because it took him a long time to find a girl mouth. You know what I'm saying? So
never mind. I was about to say
I'm glad you didn't, Tony. Kids 9. So we had so I know you was gonna say you dirty dog. All right, so the ceremony is over, right? And the kid is he just chilling by himself. He has this little like ball thing in his hand, and everybody else, and it's intercutting between people talking. This random dude from a house. Oh, what dude was that
Harkonnen. Harkonnen.
Another Harkonnen think have been a party. So I was like, hey, yo, we got these goods. We got these, you know what I'm saying? We got these fabrics.
I think his thing is he's trying to get the house back in the good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. High class society. Dude was not. Fam was not hearing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Mark Strong, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Kingsman himself was not trying to hear none of that nonsense. So he skedaddles over to where the Duke was, and starts talking to him. And again, intercut, like the what you call it, Yanez.
Yeah, Yanez.
Yanez is still trying to talk to the kid, and really wasn't feeling her. So he kind of breaks out this toy, right?
No, remember he was filling his pocket,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
was
He was
like,
feeling. What you got in
she
your
was
pocket
like,
there?
he's
What
like,
you
oh,
got?
nothing. He's like, nothing. Like the kid, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
And
yeah,
she's,
yeah. So she was like, "Little boy, what is it?" And then he opened it up, and it looked like a robotic gecko
gecko.
or like
Yeah,
a lizard.
yeah.
And then the crazy part was
Mm-hmm.
he opens it up, the lizard kind of unfurls,
Uh
and
huh.
then she was like, "The hell is that?" And
Uh huh.
then the lizard just darts
Tweaks.
off, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody is freaking
Then
out.
like, yo, what?
Is that a robot? A
Mm-hmm.
robot chameleon? What is
Yeah.
the party was like, the party
Yeah.
stopped. Music screech, record screech, all that. And then
Yeah.
and then our boy
Desmond.
Desmond stabs the toy.
Dude.
Also want to say, Constantine Carino's a pussy. He is compromising his life away. And again, you can see how that parallels our homie Atreides in the currencies, how he was kept on compromising and compromising until he died, which is probably gonna happen to Mr. Carino. So catches the toy and he's like, hey, let's keep the party going. No
Yeah,
harm, no
that's
foul.
yeah, that's the kid's father. But the mother was like, yo, what
is
the
is that a robot? Yo,
yeah.
yeah. She was and she is pissed at him because every turn, because even in the story, at every turn where she has this oh yeah, because she was like, look, yo, like before the truth sayers came, you was listening to, you was heeding my counsel. You was listening to what I had to say.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, shut your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like you be complaining too much. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the
When in
emperor.
the shopping.
I'm the emperor. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see the kid's father is like, hey, it's okay, it's just a toy. And she's like, whatever. Do you know what House Carino had to do to, what I'm saying, what they done to stop this war and everything like that? And everyone is basically like saying this kid basically committed treason. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah, I really thought they was about
they
to kill the
about to
kid, yo.
they about to kill the kid. And so the emperor says, hey, we're not going to let one little misunderstanding cause a ruckus and cause no problems. Let's keep it moving. Thank you. We're done. And the party keeps going. Meanwhile, later on, my favorite was Yanez goes up to the little kid and she finally snaps on him. She says, listen here, if you ever do that again, I'll kill you, you little shit. That little boy was shooketh from that point forward. It won't no more snarkiness. It won't all that went completely out the damn window. So
yeah,
we then cut to Yanez and Constantine, her brother, they're talking and they're like, hey, hey, babe, hey, sis, this your last night of freedom. You know what you got to do? We got to go hit them streets, And they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, we got to hit these streets. And so they basically, dress down so they don't look like, royal family. And they go to the club. But my favorite part is while in the car, they take them a little bump of some
little space cocaine.
little space, little bump of some space booger sugar or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and say I believe they probably took a bump of spice.
Oh, it's definitely spice. Definitely spice.
Some spice. So they get to the club and they're in there. And who do they see? They see your boy Carrie and Atreides over there. And there's also a Fremen chick there with them,
I saw that too.
and they're talking or whatever, and Yanez and the Atreides guy that was training her earlier, they go on a private room. They take another bump of little space yayo.
Yo, it's like they put it in like this sort of like futuristic space vape. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Uh,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
and she was like shotgunning him and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Blowing in his face and everything. And then next thing you know, they start hooking up.
Uh-huh.
And they basically, you know,
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
Got them cheese clap, but you had to go
you got
to the truth says. Yo, because even
right.
before when okay,
Uh-huh.
when it was back to the beginning, when it was
Uh-huh.
a little bro, her,
Uh-huh.
and a Atreides guy when they was in a room together.
Uh-huh.
You can see the like like the kind of sexual tension between them two.
Yeah.
Was it me or did it feel like little bro wanted to hit too?
Yeah. Little bro was definitely giving to me, Rashad, Commodus from Gladiator vibes.
You feel like he really loved his sister, you know, on some
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cersei and
Yeah.
Jamie type stuff. Like, but they, you know,
Yeah.
they was full fledged
Yeah.
brother sister. But that's, I mean, because
Yeah.
it felt a little weird. They wanted to veer off into that, you know what I'm saying? Like they planted
Uh-huh.
that seed, no pun
Yeah.
intended.
Right.
But yeah, so like what happens after the party? After the
So
party,
after the we
oh,
see
okay.
Desmond,
Yeah.
we see Desmond talking to Emperor Javecchio, however you pronounce his name. We'll get it right as the show goes on.
We won't.
and he's just talking to him about what's going on in the galaxy because he's been all over the galaxy and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's kind of putting the bug in the Emperor's ear, like, you know, I really don't F with the Bene Gesserit, and I don't think you really should too. You know I'm saying? The truth sayers, and you should too. You shouldn't either. And and these talking, he's like, so who told you about this wedding? And he was like, well, you know, my truth sayer, you know, the truth sayers, they said that, you know, this would be a good match or whatever like that. And then he was just saying, like, yo, secretly, I wish I could go to bed and wake up and this thing never happens.
Mm-hmm.
And Desmond's like, oh, all right, cool. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do something, but I get what you're throwing. I catch what you're throwing to me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we then go to, I think we see another scene with Vala and Tula. They're talking and they're just trying to make sure, yes, this is the right move. This is part of the genetics program or whatever like that. So then we see back at, I guess, Carino's palace where everybody's staying. We see that little bastard, you know, he's walking around and he's in the hallway playing with that damn robot again after they told him stop doing it. And then Desmond comes around and he's like, hey, what's up, kid? You know, what's going on? What you got there? He was like, you know, some people say, you know, we shouldn't forget about the past. And he's talking to him about the robot. The kid already is terrified. The kid
Very
is
much
like,
so.
I do not want to talk to you, creepy old man looking at me like that. So
It was funny. He was like, "What you doing out here?" He said, "Man, what are you doing out here?"
yeah, right. He's like, what are you doing out here? And so they have a conversation, and then he's like, hey, he tells the kid to, hey man, let me see it. You know, see the robot or whatever like that. And you do that. While that's going on, Emperor Vacchio, he's looking at a video of Arrakis, and a sandworm is actually attacking Desmond in that video. And Desmond survives. Next thing you know, Desmond is talking and saying, like, hey, blah, 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 you shouldn't have this. But then again, the Bene Gesserit stuff. Rashad, help me because I might have missed it.
All right.
How did he set this little boy on fire?
I don't know. It feels like he has some sort of like
Of
telekinesis
Okay.
going on because but okay, all right. So as this is happening,
Yeah.
we intercut with let's go back to what's the Asian girl's name
Um.
with the K.
Um. Kara or something. Kasha.
Yeah, so yeah,
Uh.
so we got Kasha. Kasha's like she's tweaking after her dream. Says, look, I gotta go back and tell the people back at the Truth Sayer
Uh-huh.
HQ. So she
Uh-huh.
goes back to headquarters, and when I mean Valley is like, hey, F your dream.
Yeah.
It's trash. And
Uh-huh.
also, I need you to go back. See what I'm saying? So because you was there with the Carinos,
Uh-huh.
I need you to be there with them because we're
Uh-huh.
in a real vital time of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
we all our plan is almost about to be laid perfect, and you kind of messing up the flow. So her sister Tula was like, look, let's just make sure that we really doing the right thing.
Uh-huh.
And so they go into the eugenics room and plot the path and the chart and all that. Was like, yeah, it's straight.
Uh-huh.
As we see the little kid getting burnt, we intercut with same night, we see Kasha. And Kasha
She's
wakes up screaming bloody murder.
uh-huh.
And they run to her because they were close by, and then we see her just burning
Yeah.
from the
The same.
inside.
The same way as the kid is. Now I ain't gonna lie, that kid was a jerk, but that was horrible, yo, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah. He ain't had to go out like that, yo. Like
That little kid was like, ow, it burns. Help, stop it. And the guy, I think, like you said, he is psychically doing because he's just staring at the kid like,
getting all like Popeye with it.
yeah, like, and basically the guy kills the kid, and in the process, Kesha dies too from the same thing.
But
While
how?
she's, I
How?
no,
Like how is Kasha
maybe
connected?
there's some type of telepathic link with
But but
Kasha.
but why would it be with the kid?
I have no
You
idea,
know what I'm
dude.
saying? Because especially because if anything, it wouldn't be with a kid. It would have been with
Wait,
with
Yenza.
with the girl because
Yeah,
Yanez was the one that she was linked with.
Yenez.
So again, the mystery, like I okay, like I get it, I get it.
Mhm. Also, you see Valia seeing this because this is the vision that Mother Superior Rakella was having.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Right.
It's the
And
same vision,
Valia,
right?
right. And Valia is like, what the hell is going on here? And it's basically like a super zoom into her eyes, and it shows like the galaxy, and that's the end of the first episode. So many
Yeah,
questions I have, but I'm just
yeah.
gonna wait until this kind of falls
No,
out
man,
because
I'm
this
interested.
this I'm in, right. It got my attention because I think Rashad, you and me, we said this when we reviewed Dune too, how the Bene Gesserit has been doing this for thousands of years, which we find out is very much true,
Yes.
and how like I just need to know what's up with Desmond. What is his beef with the Bene Gesserit? Also, we didn't really talk about there's a young girl who's training with them, who's like the youngest person there, and they're doing special training with her as well. And
We didn't even
she's
talk about the recruits at all.
right, and
Tony.
she was kind of leery of even being there. Like, I don't know what's really going on here, type situation. So I'm just waiting to see how all of this unfolds. As far as pilot episodes, I give it a B, you
It's a
know,
strong B.
a strong B or whatever. But it did what it did. It got my attention, and it has me questioning, okay, what do I need to know now?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I felt the same way coming out of it. I was like, huh. Oh, okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I see you. Shout out to Diana Demujan. She
Uh-huh.
wrote this. Going back, I didn't really catch a lot of news on this, but she was supposed to be like co-showrunner. and she ended up dropping out in showrunner role. Now she just executive produced, and she was on creative, and she wrote the first episode, Black Lady. Shout out to you, because you definitely had a lot of representation in this one, and we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
And it seems to be 6 episodes for this first
Yeah,
season.
6, man. Like I'm like, dang, we better have some hour 20 episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all good. I'm really feeling this. I'm
Yeah.
really feeling the like
I just felt like I just felt like doing that.
Even at the beginning, we had like the monologue with that,
Uh-huh.
with the speaking, all that stuff. Like, yo, it's just it's just oh, Tony. Is it me, or this is film quality television?
Definitely.
I think that was the thing that really caught my eyes, just how well this was shot and rendered, and the special effects and the CGI and all that stuff. The planet that the Carinos was on, especially at night. You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
It reminded me of Canto Bite. Like it looked that good, because even though Cancer Bite sucks, kind of, it didn't look bad at all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no,
like, visually, Cancer Bite was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
The story of it.
We could have skipped that. You know what I'm saying? But no, but seriously, like it really felt like that. I love how you said at the beginning it felt like Terminator, because it really did. I'm guessing that's kind of how I feel like Terminator probably could have took some liberties to get their story.
So from what I've been told and what I have read and what I've seen about when I see people talk about Dune in general, Dune is the number one sci-fi book of all time.
Yeah.
Secondly, just about every sci-fi movie that has been out since this book came out has some lineage back to Dune.
You can see it, because like it's in everything, man. This is gonna be good. Make sure that you stay with us. Hopefully next week, after we review this, we also be reviewing another one of our favorite things. It's Gladiator, Denzel in Rome. Definitely gonna try my best to see that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out when this weekend I can steal away, and watch that, because I definitely got to see Denzel in Rome. But yeah, that's all we got for this one. Again, next Monday might get a little 2 for 1. Either way, it's gonna be a Monday and Tuesday type thing. But yeah, till the next time.